quickly.
Yes.
Because
Burn out.
There you
Burn
go.
out.
He knows English after all.
If you love your 9 to 5, you stay at your 9 to 5. That's your passion.
You are able to consume quarterly. When it's a year, woo. Especially if you're making good money in that business,
Yeah.
woo.
Yeah.
So be passionate about what you're doing, because passion really fuels your drive.
Yes, and we all have passion. I hope we all have passion.
You first heard it on Chilling with the Chaplins. That's all we talk about.
Yeah.
Testing until you find your winner.
You find your winner.
Your winning audience and your winning product. Let's chill. Hello, hola, Sunny Bonani. Namaste.
Yes.
Welcome once again to another episode of Chilling with the Chaplins. Today we really want to go back to business, right? Because we are also a business podcast, right? So we just want to discuss or just walk with you on the entrepreneurial journey, when to start, when not to start, what to look out for and stuff like that. So we're going to be looking at that today and helping you along the way. But before we go to that, we want to say this podcast was sponsored by the
6-month mentorship boot camp. Turn your idea into a sustainable and scalable business. That's what it's all about. We launching our mentorship program to help you, to take you by your hand, so that you don't have to do it alone, and so that we can take you on the journey and walk you through each step week by week. And that's what it's about, because we could just easily launch a course, but we learn statistics shows, majority of the people that have a course, they don't finish the course. So and that's why we call it community power courses, because not just the course, but it's a community behind it, so that is able to hold you accountable. And so if you are ready to launch your entrepreneurial journey, we are here to help you. Let's go. Let's get it popping. Join the waiting list. Don't wait. It is out now. The website is the link is in the description for you to join. Don't wait. Join today. Yes.
So just like a seed that needs the right conditions to grow, we're saying starting a business also requires some kind of consideration and careful timing.
Yes.
Right? Timing is everything in business. And also learning from people who've done it as well. So that's what the 6-month bootcamp is all about. So don't waste any time. Go to the description box below, press that link, get in the waiting list. It will be waiting for you, and we'll see you on the other side.
Yes.
So if you're ready, let's go. So first of all, I don't think you should be in business if you're not passionate about it.
Yes.
You must be passionate about business, and you must have purpose. Otherwise, you're gonna hit what do they call it?
A roadblock.
Well, roadblocks too.
Stumbling block.
That too. Oh my God, English. But you're gonna get drained too quickly.
Yes.
Because
Burn out.
There you
Burn
go.
out.
He knows English after all. You're gonna be burnt out very quickly because you're doing something that you're not passionate about. You're doing for you. It's all about the dollars. Yes, dollars mean everything. Like the bottom line means everything, but be passionate about it as well. Don't do it just because you want to see the bottom line, so that when hard time comes, you can still continue and still push through the hard times.
Yeah, it's just like when you go to work. When you go to work, a lot of people, when they go to work, they don't like to do it, but they go to work because they have to.
Right.
It's not really their passion. And so when you start in a business,
not really. Some jobs are really enjoyable.
Yeah, some jobs. Yeah. But even like with that, if we do it, I'm talking about those individuals that go to work.
JOB.
Yeah, just do it as a job. We're not talking about people that's passionate about a position and they do it. Those individuals, we're talking about, if you love your 9 to 5, you stay at your 9 to 5. That's your passion. Some people are like, oh, I'm good. But I will also say, even for those individuals that's passionate with your 9 to 5, I say still have a side hustle so that your side hustle could fund your other things, or your side hustle allow you, especially if you're making good money, your side hustle would be that bridge so that you don't owe that much taxes. We're not for paying to the government. We for keeping our money in our pocket. And so you love your 9 to 5.
Listen, I'm for legal. Anything legal, as long as I'm within the law.
Yes.
I'm for that, because we're not saying, we don't want you to be these big companies that drop the government. You know, because these taxes, they help citizens in return.
Yes, it does.
So we don't want to be those kind of businessmen who are or businesswomen who are not doing what you're supposed to do. Taxes are there for a reason.
And there for a reason, yes. We're saying pay your taxes, but it does, when you have a side hustle, it does alleviate, it helps you so that you don't have to pay as much taxes. Mm-hmm. We're not saying pay, but definitely take advantage of different tax breaks, so that if let's say you had to pay $10,000, but your business helped you to save $5,000. So now you ain't have to. Why not? So we say not pay taxes if you don't have enough tax breaks or whatever. Then yes, pay the taxes. But this is why, as well as when you have a side hustle and you have a CPA, they would tell you how much to save every quarter so that you can pay the tax instead of paying for it all at one time at the end of the year. So
that's why most businesses, they do quarterly.
Yeah, it's quarterly taxes.
Like every 3 months versus a year.
A year.
You are able to consume quarterly. When it's a year, woo! Especially if you're making good money in that business, woo!
Yeah.
You'll end up thinking you're just only paying Uncle Sam, but not really. That's why it's important, like you say, to have a good CPA. Who's going to help you with your taxes and your books so that you are within the law. But also what I want to mention about business is that it's very important, like I said, to be passionate about what you're doing, because passion really fuels your drive.
Yes, it fuels your drive, your motivation.
You get motivated if you love what you're doing. And they're saying if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Yes.
So it's always good to always select a business that's within your passions, and then then your passion will then open those doors for you, because yes, who doesn't want to turn their passion into money? We're monetizing everything. We're leaving nothing on the table. Monetize.
Yes, I agree. But I want to also add this too, because we just can't lead with passion as well. Cause a lot of times we can have a passion for something, but not just that. We also have to we have to be business savvy.
Of course.
So we had to know what we're doing, and this is what the boot camp.
That's why I said. Yeah. You can turn your passion into a business.
And this is what the boot camp will help you figure out. It will help you to turn that business, that passion that you have, that idea you have, into a sustainable business, so that you can scale it and grow the business. Because you can have a passion, and we all have passion. I hope we all have passion.
But some people have not identified their passion.
Yes, they haven't identified their passions, and so we say you don't want to go in. Your passion, like I said, that's your drive, that's your motivation. But you still got to know what to do and how to do it. So you start with the passion, but you also have to know the ins and outs of business, so that you won't, we gave a couple of examples of people that had, they went in with their passions and they got screwed over. Finances, we talked about Stephen Harvey with, his accountant or finance person that was working for him, that screwed them out of a whole lot of money that he had to pay the government back. And so that's why you lean in with your passion.
Yeah.
You lean in with your passion, but you want to understand business, or a basic concept of business. And like we talked about earlier as well with business, even when you're studying business, even though I'm a marketing major, but I still know a little bit about accounting. I know a little bit about they had you.
That's why most people who want to get into business, no matter what career you started off with, you're always advised to do an MBA, Master in Business Administration, because or an MBL, which what I did, Masters in Business Leadership, because that gives you kind of a framework of everything in business. You learn the marketing, you learn, you learn everything. The accountancy, the books, you learn. You have an idea of every sector of the business. So while we're talking about marketing and all that, let's talk market demand, because in the 6-month bootcamp, that's what we're gonna help you figure out as well. Where you belong in the market, help you do your market research and stuff like that. All the good stuff that will help you position you appropriately into the market where you're trying to break into?
Yeah, because it's very important to find your place in the world. If we look at a lot of different companies, example Apple, they position themselves very well because they market themselves very well. Even like, when we doing this recording, it's, recorded during the time of the 4th of July. And what happened every year on the 4th of July, not just the 4th, but Christmas, Thanksgiving, all these different holidays, what happened? We have the Macy's Parade. The Macy's position themselves very well so that people they won't it be out of sight, out of mind. And so, but when you market demand is you want to position your product that's demand for it. You were talk about needs and wants. Do your customer want what you're selling?
Right.
And so in this room we talk about timing is everything, because sometimes you can have a product but it's not the right time for it. And this is why you want to learn and understand business so that you're able to position your product at the right time. Something like where even with if you don't understand market demand, you don't understand marketing and understand market research, you go have a product but somebody else to come in and steal market share. When I think of market share or taking market share from you and then the business go out of business, it's Blockbuster. I don't think no. If you're young, if you under 25, you don't probably know nothing about Blockbuster because Blockbuster been out of business for a very long time. Netflix came in, streaming came in, Blockbuster went out. Why? Because they wasn't fast enough with their marketing research.
I don't think it was even marketing research. They were not fast enough in innovation.
Innovation, yes.
Because, even if you start off and your business is successful, you gotta still be out there and still see if you're still relevant.
Yes.
Are you still going with the time?
Yes.
They were busy pushing videotapes. Who owns a tape machine now? In fact, the millennials, I think when you show them a videotape, they like, what is this? So they had to adjust with the times.
Yes.
And that's why we say part of what we teach you in the 6-month boot camp is market research. How to do it and how to identify your target market and understand their needs and their preferences. So that you are always in business. Because now, if you're just gonna think, oh, our first model worked. Yeah, but are you doing anything to enhance it? Yes, to keep it moving and to keep it relevant.
Yes, because I like that what you said, because Apple is big on that. They're always enhancing. Why every year, every 2 years, they're always coming out with something new. And a lot of times they're coming out with these Apple phones and they change their one features, but they always do reiterating and they always making changes so that they can get you to buy.
I mean, you know what? Facebook or Meta, whatever they call themselves these days, is a good example.
Yes, that's another one.
Where they gonna be launching something called Threads. Actually, today or Friday.
Yes.
They're launching something called Threads, which is an alternative for Twitter. They saw that Twitter is banging and going, you know, and they're like, oh no, we can do that because we're also a tech company. So be on the lookout for Threads. You first heard it on Chilling with the Chaplins.
Yes, you first heard it on Chilling with the Chaplins. We got you, yes.
So, but I believe it's going to be a different app as well, but it is a meta company, just like WhatsApp, just like Instagram. They really try to take
just like
everything.
YouTube, because they realize, like they see what the customer want, the demand for it. Like YouTube, when all these things, they started doing shorts and reels, all these different things. TikTok was doing first, and they seen that was, oh man.
But also, they just don't want to share that market share with anyone. They're like, we taking it.
They want to be. They want to be the number one dominant player, and so they're always
because nobody's on Facebook now. Well, okay, we are. People, the millennials, you'll not find them on Facebook. They think that's for grown people. Well, not grown people. They think that's for grandma and grandpa. I believe we are.
No, we're not.
Well, we're at that age, Our people our age are grandmas and grandpas now.
You're right. That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah, but what I mean is Facebook is old school. If you're old school, then yes, Facebook is your target but people like the millennials are going on Twitter, they're going on Instagram, so that's why they're going on TikTok. So that's why Facebook is trying to keep up. Meta is trying to keep up.
Yes, and another thing too, and with market demand and market research, when you understanding your customer, we're gonna learn how to where to put your product at, because
location.
It's very important, because remember, because we are in the social media era, because social media, all these different things made it easier for us to put our brand out there. But you got whatever, it depends. Cause like I said, you got luxury brand, you got low ticket items, you got medium ticket items. You might be a clothing store, and so you got to know, like I said, market demand. Where is my customer at? Cause if your customer is on Instagram, you want to be on Instagram. If your customer is on Facebook, you want to be on Facebook.
I'll give you a good example with my e-com store. When I'm doing ads, there are ads that won't work for TikTok.
Yes.
And there are ads that won't work for Facebook, for example, because those are the two main places where I advertise. So I've got to know that they're not even just ads, but there are also items that I sell in my store that won't work for a certain platform. So you got to know your audience. You got to know who you're talking to.
Yes, and that market demand and with it takes time as well, and also you got to test and retest. It's all about testing and retesting.
Oh yeah, that's all we talk about.
Yeah.
Testing until you find your winner.
You find your winner.
Your winning audience and your winning product.
Yeah, because the goal is to find your way in the marketplace. And that's why Macy's do that annual parade every year, because they want to find their place. They want you what. Macy is that, yeah. Macy is.
Macy's has already found their place in the market. I think it's just about.
But they want keeping that top of mind, keeping them relevant, and you never forget about them. Out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
You got brands that if they don't do these things and have the market demand and put their place in the market, even though they could be, like I said, Blockbuster was that they had their place in the market, but what happened? They went out because they didn't continue innovating. They didn't continue testing. They didn't continue doing market research. They didn't continue doing the thing that they need to do. And so when the next player came in, they got out. That's why, Facebook, they always competing against one another.
That's why they changed their name.
That's why they always.
I don't think they changed the name because of that. They were running from scandal.
Look, market demand. Just like, Apple is so good to with market demand. And I'm telling you, Apple. See, and this is another thing too. This is why you don't also gonna have to be the first mover advantage as well. Because Apple really never the first mover advantage. Everybody else do it before. Come on, Android was the first one. Came out with the cameras. And Apple said, "Oh, okay, I can do it better." And Apple came out with cameras and
well,
stuff.
I think right now you're being too technical. I don't know, because not everybody who's watching us is technical.
Yes.
Only a person who's done marketing understand first mover advantage and all that.
Yes.
But so
that's why.
Let's
Reserve. Just 6 months. Thank you, baby. Yes.
Because we don't want to get people, we don't want to lose them along the way. But let's talk finances. We'll never lose anyone with finances, right? How ready are you to get that business started? Because I know for a fact that you have a business idea, but the money is not there. So how do we maneuver around that?
Yeah, because finances is very critical, because when you're starting the business, sometimes it takes time. This is something that I learned, and a lot of times if you gotta budget, sometimes you gotta sacrifice, to get that business started. You gotta begin to, we there's a term that Mama used to say and Grandma used to say, you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. And so a lot of times you gotta make these different sacrifices to be able to finance the business. You gotta learn how to sacrifice. Sometimes you might, you gotta sacrifice the shoes for a period of time. You gotta sacrifice on going out. You gotta say, okay, what I need and what I don't need to fund the business, because a lot of times when you're getting started, it takes money. It takes money to build a business, to grow the business.
So what's important is that it's important to assess
yes.
your financial readiness
before
going in. But also what I know is that you can look around in your local areas, government. Some do help with grants.
Yeah, but grants,
upcoming businesses. So, because some people will say, but I'm just in a hole right now. You mean I can never start? No, like we said, keep your day job, because that's usually a very good way to finance your business. To get you started. Some people will tell you, I started off working in my 9 to 5, and my 9 to 5, instead of saving, I used to take my savings and push it into the business. And now I left my 9 to 5 because my business has now become double or 3 times or even quadruple my 9 to 5 income, which is where we want to get to. So, but it's very important to check your readiness. If you can get loans that are not so expensive that you know you will be able to pay back, go for that. But I always say just get started.
Yes, and even if you had to pick up a second job, you know, that's another one, picking up a second job.
It's easier said than done, Elja, because now you're working a full-time job and then you get a second job. When do you get time to work on the business?
On the business. And that's a good point.
It's exhausting.
Now, and here's the thing.
Something will fail.
Yeah, something will fail. And now, here's the thing. Whatever you got to do, one, you're going to check your financial register. What can you put aside for the business? If you got to get a second job, you're like, okay, you know what? How many hours I can put into the business? Because maybe I'm like, okay, you know what? Because I'm working my 9 to 5, because I pick up a second part-time gig. Okay, maybe I only could do 2 hours or 1 hour on the working on the business a day, 1 to 2 hours.
I think the main thing is just consistency. Never neglect your business.
Yeah, never neglect your business. Yes.
Give it that hour, 2 hours, even if it's 30 minutes a day, because days are different. Some days you've got time. Some days you've got less time, and especially when you have other commitments like family and kids and school. There's a lot that people are juggling out there, but still want to be financially independent because they don't want to be doing the rat race forever. So just work your way around and just see how you can get people to even invest in your business, because there's a lot of people out there who are looking for small businesses to invest in. You know, but what we are saying is, you know, go out there, network as well. You never know who you can meet on the streets, who can say, you know, I've been looking for somebody to finance and to, you know, you never know. When you go to these events, don't be in the corner and not network and not leave with one business card or one contact. You know, some people do that. They go to all these events, but they never network. Go and network so that you never know how that person can come play a role in your future.
I agree. And another thing I would say as well, not just when you talk about networking, also there's a term, leveraging other people's money, you know, leveraging your friends and families. A lot of times, you know, you got friends and family leverage.
Well, I wouldn't count friends and family in the issue. I would rather leverage people that are not, you know, within my proximity, because I don't want people saying, "Oh, we made you." No, I work hard to get to where I am. Nobody, you didn't make me. So, and also, if you tell family and friends, in most cases, they won't finance you. They won't help you. So there's other.
They're not friends then. They're not friends.
Of course.
They're not friends.
You know, most family and friends don't want to see you make it out there. You know, if they're not making it, why are you making it? So I always just say, also just stay away from that.
Yes.
Because
that's a bad mindset.
But also even for you, it builds unhealthy relationships.
Yes.
Because why are you going around begging around family and friends? You know, you have a network marketing business. You're on their case. You have this. They let them buy when they want to, if they want to. Yes, great family and friends will support you no matter what, but don't make it an obligation, because now you're gonna be a nuisance to them. Because every time you wanna, you know, you're doing some kind of business, you're now relying on them. You know, that's not a great idea.
No, that's not. And here's the thing. This, like I said, you don't go to family and friend for everything. You know, you gotta know when.
Let them jump on board if God needs them.
And you can't be that type of person. This is why you want to lead with your passion. You can't be that type of person. You know, every business opportunity you coming around. You can't do that, because then you'll be that type of person. Oh, there they go again. They're doing another thing. There they go. They do. So,
but then you never know what made the frog fat. You know what I mean? I'm just using a different analogy.
Yes.
So you keep trying, and we all wish that our
But-
families and friends would be our number one supporters, no matter what business we are doing. Because I know a lot of business people who've tried different things, and finally they made it. They finally cracked it. Finally made find the right one. So it's actually sad that our family and friends are the ones that are first to crush us and not encourage us.
Yes.
You know, they're the first ones to say, "Oh, this one is also not gonna work." They're already talking down on you. So how is it gonna work? Because already that energy is, they're projecting it on you. So that is why I'm saying, just stay away from them. Do your thing, because really speaking, they don't get the idea and the dream that you have, because God didn't give it to them. God gave it to you. So, and because sometimes we get into our feelings when they're not supporting.
Yes.
It's not their dream,
Yes,
it's your dream.
it's your dream.
That's why I'm like, just stay away, do your thing. They'll come in as and when God leads them, and when they want to.
I would say it depends. If you know your family and friends, I believe you can't leverage them, but you can't leverage them for everything. You can't they just did it like 3 months ago and whatever, and no, you can't everything you got going on. Because eventually that you got it. Cause when you leverage them, you're not leveraging them to not get on their return on investment. Mm-hmm. It's like any other thing. They invested in you so that you can make it and get ahead, and then when you make it, then you be able to return that investment. It's like when people it's just like when like athletes and people like remember the movie The Blind Spot? Mm-mm. The Blind Spot, the young man in the football team, and he
I'm supposed to remember it, I don't know
but
the movie.
He was adopted by the white family.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and he went to the school, and so the thing is, people leverage other people, or that be like, you see that a lot in sports. People help them out, while they down, or while they build them, while they get into the thing, so because they don't want them to stop doing what they're doing, so they help them out to get there. And then eventually, because they helped them out, that person, when they finally made it, they're like, you know what, I owe you. Really, it's just right. Like, that's the right thing to do. Like, I gotta give you back. And so when we sing Leverage Your Friends, we singing that because when you do, you gotta begin to pay it back, or what's that, black tax?
Not the same.
Not the same. Well, I don't know, but I'm just trying to.
Why are you using terms you don't know?
I'm just trying to give an example that when you do that, when you leverage them, just don't leverage them like, oh man, and no, you gotta return it.
Just leverage trustworthy resources. There's so many out there, like I said. Go to your bank, go to your state, there's a lot of investors out there. Don't be going around just messing up.
But the thing is, you gotta assess your thing, and you gotta understand, because sometimes right now maybe you cannot invest. Maybe you don't have it. Yeah, we get it. Not everyone can afford to get a course, so that they can learn about business. Not everybody can pay for the mentorship program. Not everybody to pay for the community. Not everybody to, whatever it may be. Not everybody can do it. You can't do it right now. You might be strapped for cash, and you might not have no one to go to. You might not have no credit. You might can't leverage a loan because your credit is bad. You might can't do none of that. And this is why we have podcasts like this. You can keep listening to the podcast and get all the information, because all it is you can still learn a little bit from the information, apply it into your business, apply it into your life, and grow. Everything that we give and we present on this podcast is to help you improve your life. Yes, to help you improve your life, because once you get better, guess what? Once you get better, now you're able to make a little bit more money. You started your business, you took some of the tools, the steps, or whatever that we talked about, and then you apply it into your life and into your business. And then once you start making money, then guess what? Now you got jump into that course so that you're able to leverage the course and be able to scale your business even more, because we big on continuing your education, because we don't want to be like a blockbuster.
Yeah. So let's talk risk analysis.
Yes.
How you can mitigate risks that may come along your way.
Yes. How you can leverage the resources for success, and we just talk about leveraging, mitigating resources, finding ways how you can leverage whatever you're trying to do. So you're mitigating your risk, because business is a risk. When you get into business, it's going to be a risk. And a lot of times when you start a business, they say most times you got to give a business about 3 to 5 years. You got to give it about 3 to 5 years. It takes on average. We're not saying that it can happen in a year. We're not saying it can happen. You got some outliers. That they started a business in 6 months. You got the YouTube sensations. They started it and boom, they jumped off in 6 months or a year. But on average, that's not realistic. So you can't look at someone that made it in 6 months like, I want to be like them. No, because that's not real.
It's real.
I mean, it's real.
It's an outlier.
It's an outlier.
It doesn't make it not real.
Yeah, you're right.
It's still real.
Yes.
It's just they were just one of the fortunate.
They was one of the fortunate ones that
the algorithmic gods were on their side.
It was on their side, but it's an outlier. So we can't I'm gonna do it in 6 months. And sometimes when even like these gurus say, oh, you're gonna do it in 6 months, in a year, that's a lie, because it's not everyone gonna have the same.
But not all of them is a lie.
No, I'm just saying.
Some of it is been researched.
No. But still, but everyone's journey is different. I can't.
Depending on the effort you also put in.
Yes, but but still, it's still on the effort you put in. It's still on how much you pay. It's still on the education you received. It depends on it. But still, I can't guarantee you're gonna do it in 6 months. Because you might do it in 3 months.
I don't think they guarantee. If they say guaranteed, then they should be arrested.
But what the thing is, when they say, you're gonna do it in 6 months, that's like a guarantee.
It could be done in 6 months.
No, they don't say could.
Okay, let's move on.
Wording is everything. The wording is everything. They don't say could. They say I could, because you gotta remember, clickbait. They're trying to sell it like they're trying to sell it there. So they're not gonna. They're never gonna say it could, because they realistic. They know.
That's marketing.
Yes, if you do it, yes, it can happen for you. Yes, but it can't be. You don't know how long it's gonna be.
I think the bottom line is, when you are in business, when you're looking at the risk analysis, consider every pro and con of what you're doing. Consider internal and external factors that could be involved. Just look at all angles, okay?
Yes.
So that we remove the blame game as well.
Yes, remove. Oh, that's big. Remove and because doing risk analysis, right? The number one risk analysis I think you have to remove is people. We talk about people, the negative people, the negative people that's in your circle, because if you could be starting something and you got those negative Nancy's, we call them negative Nancy's, that would say, oh, you're doing this, and why you starting this thing? It's not gonna work out. Those kind of people you gotta get rid of, because you gotta remember, if you listen to them long enough, or you hang around them long enough, they will stop you from pursuing what you wanted to do.
They'll get in your head.
They will get in your head. So when you're talking about risk analysis and leveraging resources for success, and mitigating resources, and mitigating what you can do and what you can't do, people is one of the things that you gotta assess.
Yeah. But also, people are important when you come to our last point about support network, because people are the network.
Yes, people are the network.
So I guess
people can be your customers, and people are your customers.
Right. So I guess it's just assessing the right people and the right networks, because not everybody's a good network, and not everybody's a good business partner or business associate. So it's always important that when you look at your network support, you go for what's going to be of benefit to you.
I agree. So basically, surround yourself with like-minded individuals, as well as, and this is why the 6-month mentorship boot camp, again, it's a community power course. It's to help you, to hold you accountable, to help you to make sure, to take you by your hand step by step, as well as, a lot of times when you have that supporting cast, that community that's cheering you on, you will complete the task. You will complete the thing that you're doing. Why? Because you have the support that's around you. So you want to leverage your community. And this is why, we have a community power course where we're not just giving you a course and say, okay, you're doing it your own. Even though we have that, but we saying, when you have the 6-month mentorship boot camp, it's like it's taking it a step further, where you're not just having a course and you're just getting information, but you're able to have that accountability to make sure that you get what you need to do in the next time.
And it just helps with encouragement, not just in accountability. I know, like in the business that I am in, I'm in a private Facebook group, and just seeing other people win encourages you that, hey, even if your day has not come for winning, one day it will come.
One day will come.
Because as you see other people doing as well, people who are just as regular as you are, which means you also have the opportunity to do what you're also able to. So that's why we say, the 6-month boot camp is great. It's a great way to get started, because you'll be able to feed off from experienced people who have done it. You'll be able to feed off from peers like yourself who are just getting started, because you'll be hanging around the right energy, the right kind of people, and then, there'll be just so much knowledge and insight that's going to be incorporated in the course. So we really, really encourage you to jump in.
Yeah, jump in. And another thing too, because I wanna say something too, because it just came to me. We were talking about,
just get to the point. Say the thing. I have to explain. Just got to.
But I want to say this too, because we talking about the supporting cast and when you looking for because we were talking about they're not supporting. When you start a business, when you always talk about your friends, they're not helping me or they're not supporting me.
It's not their job.
It's not, you're right, not their job. And here's the thing, I always said this. The main thing is you want to look for you, right? You want to look for you.
I'm sure we know that right now.
Yes. But here's the thing, you got to realize you don't worry about the 10 people that you know. Because you got over 8 billion people around the world.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of times when you start a business, you got to begin to, because a lot of times we be focused on the little people we know, and we're looking for the little people to support us, the people that we know, the 20 people, the 50 people that we know to support us. And we neglect and we forget that there's over 8 billion people around the world that was supported or maybe had the potential to support us, if we learn how to brand right, if we learn how to market right, if we know how to bring attention and awareness to our business. And this is why.
But also, if you cannot, the 6-month bootcamp is there
to teach you. And this is why I was just about to the point. This, when you don't understand that the bootcamp will teach you how to understand your market, how to draw attention to your customer, to your brand, or to your product, or to your service, so that you don't have to worry about the 20 or the 50 people you know.
So what does the bootcamp incorporate?
What does it incorporate?
What does it have?
What does it have?
Briefly.
Briefly. Now, what does it have? It has, basically, it's an interactive session where you're able to, of course, you're gonna have the course. You're gonna be able to watch a video where it's gonna be a course, but also every week we're gonna do a live room session. It's like a Zoom session where we're able to interact, like a classroom setting. When you go to the class, you're discussing. This live room is gonna be where you're able to ask your questions. Maybe you got stuck on the assignment, because we're gonna have homework assignment each week. Every time you watch a lesson, you're gonna have a homework assignment to do, so that you can get ready to launch your business. So when you when we come on this live room, maybe you got stuck. Maybe you like, okay.
What's that briefly?
Maybe you don't know where to go or what to do. Like, okay, and you come to the live room and say, I was stuck in this area. And this is when you get to ask your questions, and so we're able to talk about it, and and I'm able to hold you accountable and coach you along your journey. As well as another thing, a bonus that I'm giving to you as well during this 6-month mentorship is the DIS assessment, because I want to make sure I'm able to put you in the right space so that you know who you are as a business owner. What skills you because if let's say you're not dominant, maybe you're the people person, maybe you're the person that like to speak, or the outgoing person, but you're not dominant. So that means if you're not, that means you need to do what you need to do. And one of your first hire might be it's a person that execute. Because you're not an executor. And so if you're not an executor, you're going to need an executor, so that you, and sometimes this is the reason why we start something, we stop, because we're not executors. We talkers.
Yeah, so I'm sure you're going to hear a lot more, and you see that Coach LJ is very excited.
But these are some of the things that you would receive. It definitely would. And then we're also going to have a chat space. You're going to also...
I said briefly. Yeah.
You're going to be a part of the community.
Yeah, but if you need more information, just DM us.
Yeah, DM us. Yeah. Also, the link will be in the description so that you can join the waiting list, because the waiting list is available. We do have 2 ways that you can be a part of the 6-month mentorship boot camp to make it, to try to help those that can't do the annual. So we have an annual subscription. We have a quarterly subscription, so that once you take the 6-month mentorship boot camp, you still be able to be a part of the community. You still be able to be a part of everyone, and you still be able to continue to access to all the resources, all the courses, and all the questions and all the answers, because that's still going to stay in there, and you'll still be able to stay a part, and you'll still be able to even continue your education, because even though the boot camp won't be there, but guess what? You still have the resources, and you still have the live rooms, and the chat spaces, so that when you bump up with another question, that you may have, maybe you scale your business, but now, cause like again, we don't want to be a blockbuster. We always want to innovate, and change with the market demand. So yeah, and also we want to say this podcast is also sponsored by our other sponsor, the Next Opportunity Window. It's just a community with like-minded individuals who are passionate about their personal and professional journey. And so if you want to grow yourself, you want to be better, you want to improve your life, and you want to improve with other like-minded people, we say join the community. And that's what it's all about. We're all about growing each other. We're all about learning and developing. And so we say, come on board. Let's make magic happen. Let's better ourselves. Let's do it together. You don't have to do it alone in your journey. You don't have to. You have a great support system who's willing to be there through all the way through your journey. Yeah.
And on that note, I'd like you not to forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
Please do press the subscribe button. If you learned anything and you want to share this video with anyone, please share the video. But also, we'd love to be with your friends on social media, and you can follow us collectively at Chilling with the Chaplins, or you can follow me on Instagram at LadySiza1, and
get inspired by LJ and Next Opportunity Window.
Yes. On that note, we have another video that you can check
out. And you
out.
listen to the audio. Don't forget about the audio platform.
Listen to the audio.
Yes, follow us, rate us, leave a review. And like I said, on that note, if you enjoyed this episode, check out the next episode we have for you. Yes, why you want to start a side hustle. Take care. We said we'll see you on the next video. Bye.